Closing. We've done classes on closing before. We're going to go a different route today. You have to close. You have to close. You have to close. I don't think it's hard. Maybe it's because I'm stupid. Maybe it's like a guy saying, I run marathons for a living, so jogging 5 blocks is easy. How could it possibly be hard? And yet, for me that eats pizza and popcorn and watches TV for a living, jogging 5 blocks could kill you and leave you. So maybe I'm unfair. But for a moment, I'm going to assume that you're going to die and your whole family is going to die if you don't jog 5 blocks. Now that metaphor is over and we're going to go with it. You have to close. You can't not. Every single time a close is tried, trial, close, purpose, whatever, every time a conversation is had, somebody made a sale. And if they didn't sign a contract, you lost. I need you in closing. For right now, if you're struggling with closing at all, I need you to view it as a game. Not as a prospect, not as a life application, not most of the things I normally try to tell you about relations and loving and all that. It's a sport. It's a sport, period. It's a game. And it's a game that you're either going to win or you're going to lose. So here's the deal. Simply put, are you a winner or are you a loser? There's no middle ground. You either sign the contract or you're a loser. Capital L, big, massive loser. I hope it offends you and hacks you off. That's what I'm going for. You're either a winner or you're a loser, period. You are not entering this game because you wanted to have the best numbers. You didn't enter the game and spend your money building the store. You did not spend your time going to the office. You did not spend all your money getting leads because you wanted to win the contest for making the most ticket sales calls. You didn't do the effort to get the people in for a presentation because you wanted to win the lead to presentation award. You did not do it because you wanted to have the most people that were referred to a bank but never signed a contract. And you didn't even get them to sign a contract because you never wanted them to build a house. But that's another story. My problem is this. There are too many of us out there. And guys, if it ain't you, I'm not talking to you. But if it is, I hope this helps. Because there are a few of you that have called for help. And I'm doing this because I think the best way I can help you is to try to be kind of harsh for a minute. And I know you know this is my normal style. Too many of you out there are more than happy to sell the non-threatening sell. You're more than happy to sell the easy. In other words, you bet, dude, if it means I keep my job, I'm going to call, I'm going to do the job, I'm going to stay on the phone. And you're good at getting people in for presentations. Cha-ching. All right. I got a lead. Cha-ching. I got a presentation. Cha-ching. But you got to sign. And now it actually is real. Now you're actually asking for money. It's like the person sitting there, can I spray you with free cologne? A lot of people don't want it, but if you're aggressive enough, they'll let you just to get by you. So, yeah, I mean, you can get this. But if you don't get the suckers to buy the cologne, why am I spraying it on you? Oh, seriously, why is Chanel or Polo or whoever paying somebody XYZ dollars an hour to stand in the middle of the mall and irritate people, spraying them with their stinky crap? If they're not going to ask them to buy it. It's about selling the damn cologne, not spraying them with it. Which means the one spraying's no good. It's the one spraying and then saying you want to buy that's good. You've got to have the guts to close. So let's go back to every single time a sale is made. We're going to go with the competition again. Are you a winner or are you a loser? And guys, a promise to do it tomorrow means you lost. Quit having moral victories. Oh, well, you know, I won't buy until I've talked to you. You lose. They won. Period. You're screwed. You're dead. You lost. It's a moral victory. We were ahead until 2 minutes left. Who cares? It's a loss. It doesn't matter. The committee choosing the national championship game don't care. It's a loss. You're out. This is winners or losers. You want to be a winner. You don't win till they sign. The second they had that presentation, you have one purpose: win. There's only one way to win. Does the style of sales matter? Absolutely. Does the process matter? You bet your fanny. Do you have to do it right? Good gosh, yes. Why else do we do all this training, all those things? That said, give me a guy that sucks, that won't go over it, that won't listen, that doesn't pay attention to the client, that walks in the door and does nothing but talk about themselves and how great they are and what a wonderful head of hair they have, and hits on the wife and insults her. I mean, just a turd pile that is willing to say, well, you want to sign, and won't let them leave until they do. Give me that guy 1 billion times over the greatest, most eloquent speaker in the history of the world. Because who cares? If you can't get them to sign, who cares? And the best way to get them to sign is friggin' ask. Now, here's a question. What are most clients going to do? They're going to convince you because they believe. Well, I don't want to call them a liar, Bob. Shut up. It's a competition. Of course they're a liar. Buyers are liars. How do you know they're lying? Their lips are moving. There's a reason these jokes exist. Now, here's where we get lost. Oh, but I care about these people. I'm a good person. They're a good person too. Well, they go to a similar denomination of church as me. They never lie. Here's the booger, dude. They aren't lying right now. They're lying tomorrow. When they looked you in the eye and said, I'll be back, they were absolutely telling the truth. It became a lie when it ceased to be true. So in other words, even the honest people are liars. Go for the close. You're a winner or you're a loser. Go for the close. I haven't told y'all this story. It's a very important story in my life. I think I've told you before, but it's worth telling again. I'm out of college, I move up, I'm literally living in my car. And I land a job selling cars at Courtesy Ford in Portland, Oregon. 122nd and Stark Street. Guarantee it ain't there anymore. I get hired middle of the month, like the 18th. First 2 weeks are training, and guys, they were so busy. My training consisted of, oh crap, you're here? I got stuck upstairs and forgotten about for 7 hours a day. I mean, it was a joke. There was none. But finally I go, oh, okay, well, you've been here, you're training. They need your help out there. So I go, and basically, it's you put with the guy, and now you finally get trained. You see what the guy is doing the job. You walk around, you follow what he's doing, you try to follow. Now, here's the deal. I'm a nice young man. I've just graduated from Baylor University. I've got my theology degree. I'm here to go to something. I mean, I'm a good feller, relatively speaking. I know it's hard to believe now, but age changes a man. So I'm up here, and I did a great job. Everybody loved, and I loved them, man. I bonded with the people. I liked them. I loved showing the cars. Where do you want to see? Da, 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 da. And I had all these great presentation relationships and everything. I sold nothing for 2 weeks. I sold nothing. Lots of ups, lots of people, and guys, they all were sincere. Well, Bob, we got to think about it. Well, of course you do. I would. It's the right thing to do. You don't buy a brand new car and not go home and think about it. Hell, it's what my dad did. You'd be an idiot not to. Well, Bob, man, that was so great. It's so fun talking to another Christian. And dude, we really want to go home and pray about it. Well, good darn right you're going to pray about it. What idiot would buy a new car and not go and pray about it first? Bob, we loved it, man. And this one's real, guys. I guarantee you there's no way. All those are true, and I believed them all. By the way, I truly think they all meant it at the time. None of them came back and bought. Because truth car business, once they leave the lot, forget them. Be-backs are a lie. At least it was in our day. Sell them now or don't sell them at all. But I get this one family, and dudes, I bond with this family. We bond. We had a great time. I mean, we're friends. And the guy tells you, he goes, man, we got to go home and make sure it's a bit of a stretch, Bob, but I guarantee you, I won't buy anything till I come and see you. Well, Bill, that's good enough for me. Man of his word. Friends, bonded. Haven't heard from him a couple of days. I do my sales follow-up calls. Hey, Bill. Oh, Bob, man, it's so good to hear from you. Oh, you too, buddy. Well, I mean, what are y'all thinking of the car? Oh, Bob, we bought the Pontiac. My world crashes. I'm like, Bill, what do you mean you bought the Pontiac? And this guy, at this point, to him, we're still friends. I'm going to be happy for him. At my point, you need to die. What the heck? No, it's just like, oh, my wife, she's still my wife. Who cares if she cheated on me? No, this is the problem. I'm like, but I gotta understand. Well, Bill, what are you talking about? He's like, Bob, we stopped off to look at on the way home. On the way home. People, they left me with the old, on the way home. We closed at 9 o'clock at night. That means he stopped somewhere after 9 p.m. So on the way home, we stopped at the Pontiac dealer, and they were looking, and the manager came out, and he just offered us such a good deal. And I was like, I told him, I go, well, I promised I'd talk to you. And he looked at me and said, sir, and he came off another $100. He says, you either take it now or I won't do this deal tomorrow. And it was such a good deal, Bob, I couldn't take the chance and pass it. And I'm sitting there wanting to scream through the phone, dude, that was a lie. Of course, what are you talking about? And you made a promise. But he did what he thought was right for him. So now we pause and go to what is one of the great axioms of life. Need to write this up. Time. In the world of sales, time equals one thing: death. Time kills deals. Period. Time kills deals. You know what your client is going to sell you on every single time where they became the winner and you became the loser? Time. I know, it's reasonable. Oh, I need a day. Well, that's reasonable. Oh, well, we're real busy. How about in 2 weeks? That's reasonable. No, it's not. You just became a loser. Time kills deals. Delay kills deals. So, I'm sitting here and I've got this guy, and I've been through this, and I'm heartbroken, but I'm still kicking it. I'm giving everything I have. I'm an old boy, man. I was raised when you work for damn living. All right? So, I get one, and I can't be clear enough on this. If there's ever been a up that came onto a car lot that should not have been sold, it was this one. If there's ever a deal that had 20 places that were legitimate, open, right decision delays, it was this deal. I got an 18-year-old kid comes on the lot with this buddy. He's a high school dropout, and he decided he wants to start a lawn mowing business. This is my up. So I take him over and show him our little Ford Ranger. Okay, Ford Ranger at this time, this is 1987. It goes like $8,000. Showing him a brand new Ford Ranger, and we walk around talking. I get, man, they told me, just get them in for presentation. That's what I tell y'all. Well, in my world, it was just write them up. Just write them up. So I'm trying to do my thing, go through steps. I'm a good soldier. I get him in. I get this kid written up. This 18-year-old high school dropout wanted to buy a truck to start, not because he has a job. He's going to start a lawn mowing business. Anybody want to say, not a deal, next? But I write it up. So I take it up. The manager writes it up for me. He says, all right. I'm like, yeah, and he's giving me, oh, yeah, I want to, okay. And he looks at me and he goes, All right, Bobby. If they walk, you go with them. Yeah, okay, I get it. He's like, no. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? He goes, if they walk, you walk with them. And keep in mind, this wasn't a desk. This is the days of the tower. We had the big tower in the middle of the room, and you had to go up 2 steps, and it had the wood coming up and then the glass thing so they could see your back. And then you went and stood in line like you were talking to, oh, great master of the Catholic Church. And they've got their sloped desk, and you wait for the sales manager to have time to sit on a stool where he's sitting 2 feet above you because you're a peon and he's powerful and he writes the deal and lets you know what he's willing to do. And, oh, yes, great one as you walk. I mean, this true tower, true system house, man. But he goes, no, if he walks out, you walk with him. And I'm like, he goes, you understand what I mean? And I'm like, yeah, man, don't miss the sale. You give it all you have. Follow him out the door. Chase him all the way. And he goes, no. And he gets real clear, and it clicks what he's saying to me. If he walks, you walk out the door with him. In other words, if you don't sell this kid, you're fired. Now, today, that probably wouldn't mean anything to me. But then, I never failed anything. I gave everything. I was an athlete. I was a student. Braudrick didn't get fired. We did not, no, we don't lose. We'll fight till we're dead. But we did not believe, I was not raised that you're a winner or a loser. I was raised that you're a winner or you're dead. There's not a middle ground. You don't quit until you've either won or you're dead. I mean, holy cow, fired. So I go back and I sit down. I'm going to cut this story short. There's no way this kid should have been able to be sold. But I not only sold him and got him to agree to buy it, I got him on the phone with his dad, the downtown attorney, and got him to agree to co-sign. I not only did that, but again, time, I got him to hang out, and I talked his dad into leaving his law office in the middle of the day to drive to the extreme suburbs to sign the papers because we had to do it now. I kept his friend, the third wheel, out of the deal enough to not squirrel it up. I got the dad in, got him not to screw up the deal, accept it, and co-sign the loan for this kid on this truck. And I made a $290 commission, which, by the way, with PAC means we made about $1,600 profit, and this is on a truck that sold for $8,000 in 1987. There's no way this deal should have happened. At the very, very least, oh, Bob, it's a good deal. I need to go home and talk to my parents. Well, yeah, you can't get a loan on your own. I'm not going to call your parents, get them to agree to co-sign. If we did, they're not going to come down there. Why do you even do that? So you do call, and you get dad to agree. Well, that's great. Hey, son, I'm a powerful attorney. I'll be there at night when I have time. Junior, we'll talk about this at home. We'll call you back and schedule time. Absolutely. That's absolutely how it would happen. Gets there, and well, son, I'm not sure. Dad stops on the way, talks to his friend. He buys all his cars. Got 20 different, very real places this deal should have fallen apart. And I challenge you this, and you know who you are that I'm talking to. Y'all would have failed on all 20 of them. You'd have bought it. You'd have bought, well, I'm still talking to the lender. Well, I want to get my financing done. Well, I need to get my house at least ready to go on the market first. Well, I need to make sure that this isn't going to change. Well, I'm still waiting to hear back from the bank. Well, I. In other words, I'm a winner and you're a loser. You close, and you close hard, and you close constantly, and you close nonstop, and you close every time until you're either won or you're dead. Where you're going to get good is when you learn how not to lose them when closing. But let me ask you this, which is better? I've got 3 deals. I'm not that good at what I do, so if I try to close hard, these 2 are going to get pissed and I'm never going to sell them. But this one's going to buy. Well, I don't want to do that. I can't throw away 2 deals. Well, if you don't close, how many have you got? You got 3 people that like you that are all going to sign tomorrow. Time does what?
Kills deals.
Kills all deals. Time equals death. Better one and two that hate you. And then study and learn what you did wrong with the two, so next time only one hates you. And study and learn that until the next time you're still only selling two of them, but the other one doesn't hate you, he just doesn't think you're great. But you can't stay long enough to learn those skills without food in your belly. And you can't get food without money, and you can't get money without sales. Thus, close. You've got to go for it. Now, here's the funny thing, guys. You throw me on that car lot today, I couldn't sell that kid. I have too much knowledge today. I know what's wrong. I know why he can't sign. I know what the problem is. I know how much work it's going to be to get it. Blah, 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 blah. Wah, 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 baby, baby, baby me. But you've got to do so. You don't look at him and say, you're not going to sign tomorrow. You're a liar. I mean, have a little brains. You can't do that. But what you got to say inside is, I can't wait. If they don't sign today, I have nothing. And you've got to have that level of hunger, and you've got to be so afraid that if they don't sign, you have to walk out the door with them. And that is how you close. Because at the end of the day, I can teach you all the closes. I could teach you all the techniques. I could teach you all the psychology, all the sociologically, all the philosophy, all the theology. I can teach you all the tricks to the trade. But if you know 100% of them and you don't have it in here, you can't sell. And if you know none of them and you have it in here, you can sell. Because sales is a lie. There are people that tell about things, and there are closers. There's no such thing as a salesperson. A salesperson is a myth. You're either a closer or you're just a guy that tells people about stuff, i.e., a salesperson. I could go on. I'm saying the same things. I love you guys. You got to close. Good luck.